you are not seeing, because love is blind. Which I don't think love is blind when you go with your. I learned this from Cindy. Cindy said, see, when you go with your mind, okay, love is not blind when you go with your mind, because you see a lot of things, okay. But yeah, let's say your parents are saying, this guy, I don't think this guy will treat you well, so he's not the right person for you. But between you and the guy, you know that, oh, this guy is actually like, this guy is treating me well. Not because like you are blinded by love, but you know that this person is treating me well. So it's quite opposite to what your parents are saying. Probably maybe your parents do not like this guy for you. Not because this guy does not treat you well, but because maybe they like someone else for you. In a situation like that, how are you going to handle it?
It's a conversation, right? I feel like if you're of age to get married, then you're an adult, right? And your parents should treat you as such, right? So I think it's a conversation. I don't think they'll just be like, yeah, I don't like this person for you, and that's that. You sit down, you have a sit down with your parents, you have a discussion. Okay, what is it that's making you, question this guy's intentions? No, I actually just prefer this other guy for you. And if you don't even see that person, then it's just an option of standing your ground, right? Then you've made an informed decision. I don't think your parents would overrule, unless it's some sort of business agreement. Then follow the money. No, I'm joking. But I think it's definitely a conversation, especially if you are an adult. You can have that conversation, you can stand your ground, especially if you've seen that this person that you are with definitely does treat you well, and there isn't anything significantly wrong with them that would stop you from marrying them. And I think it's vice versa for the guy as well. I think it was Red Gem that was mentioning that sometimes it's the guy's family. The guys are more susceptible to listening to their family than girls are. Girls will usually stand their ground and go for their partner, whereas guys will more often than not agree with their family and let go of the girl, right? So I think also you just need to have that talk with your partner and see, look, these are the challenges that we're facing. How do we go about it? And maybe it's just them, your family, needing to sit down with this guy and seeing that he is a good guy. Maybe they just don't know him well enough. I think everything can be worked out eventually. I don't think our parents are malicious. I don't think they're trying to hurt us for the most part, at least intentionally. So I think, yeah, if you just try to reason with them, everything can be solved with, I guess, a measure of reasoning.
Let me clap for you again. Thank you, Mary. Thank you so much. Toy, Red Jam, Miss Cindy, Chine. Sorry if I'm not mentioning your name right, but yeah. Have anything to say?
That is love. Despite whatever people are saying, despite whatever decision the other person make, you are still there to support. To me, that's the definition of love. That in spite of the trials, the tribulation, the setback, anything, you have to be there for that person. You have to weather the storm, and you have to be consistent and authentic in who you are. And to me, if you can show that, I believe that's the true definition of love. And just to go back to the question, I would say we have to truly understand what real love is first. If you don't understand what true authentic love is, then we all going to be fooling ourselves. I think that's where I'm going to stop.
Thank you so much. We wanted a male in this panel, but we're not getting anybody to come on board. But I'm so glad you sent an invite to share your opinion. Thank you so much. The relationship don't cast, but one thing ladies must know is every man is a cheat. Hey, for me, I will forgive him because I love him and we trust each other. Hey, Bless says she will forgive him because she loves him and they trust each other. All right. I've been with my BF for almost 4 years and I can't let it go. Wow. Some hearts are attached to each other. Peace of mind over everything. Okay. A repeated action for more than 2 times is a deliberate action. Why have hey Jimmy? Let me sorry guys. Oga, leave him fast. When you come to the guys, we are discussing something. Okay, so the question is, would you forgive your partner for a mistake that deeply hurt you if it meant saving your relationship? You can't be repeating the same mistakes and keep on apologizing. Okay, so let me ask you a question. What will make you like go away? Is it when you forgive after the first time, after the second time, or after the third time? At which point will you decide to say, nah, no, I'm done. Like I'm not like I'm done. I'm done with this. Is it after the first time, after the second time, or after the third time? My first relationship was 7 years. I was like, wow, this guy is an angel, but the ending was a toxic zone. Okay, after the second time, some people are saying after the first time, after the second time. Cindy, I want to hear your view on this before we move to the next one. Are you
Okay,
here?
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here. Okay, so first of all, it depends on the type of mistake that has happened. Things where it's like violence, like for me, if you slap me for once, I will slap you back, then I'll go, because that is just not excusable. You know, you're not supposed to lay hands on anybody. You understand? So there are certain things that you just, you just cannot tolerate, because I've known people, a lot of people that have been in situations where, the guy was emotionally abusing them, physically abusing them, and it got to a point where I don't know why there's feedback, but it got to a point where um it, it was dangerous for them, you know. So there are certain things that you just cannot forgive, especially when it's to do with your life, you know, when it's to do with your well-being. It's just um it's not something that you can tolerate, as in you can stay in that relationship. Um, but based on your question is saying that if somebody makes a mistake, would you stay to save the relationship? Would you stay to stay the relationship? Well, I would say that it depends on the person's forgiveness as well. Sorry, the person's
Mistake.
repentance. You
Okay.
understand?
Okay.
So there are in instances where somebody has done something and they are sincerely, as in sincerely remorseful of it. They recognize that, you know what, this I really did bad, like I did you wrong, and they make an effort to, to show you that they've really changed. They make that effort through communication, through actions. You can see that this person is really trying to save the relationship, because whenever you're in a relationship, you need to, one thing my parents told me, they've been married now for over 30 something years, and they say that when you are married, one of the key things you need to have is forgiveness, because you are bound to have a lot of offenses. You are bound to have things that are going to put you at the edge where you want to leave the person. You understand? Now that is for marriage. But if you're in a relationship, or if you're just starting in a relationship, like I said, that you are not entering with your heart, you're entering with your mind, and you know for a fact that this person is really meant for me. There are certain qualities and certain attributes that this person is meant for me, that this person I want to be with, right? So the person can fall short and make mistake, as in, especially men, they start to look at C or D. But for me, it's how they respond to that mistake. How do they respond to that mistake? Because there are certain people that they can say sorry by mouth, but their actions don't match up. Do you understand? You will say sorry, but your actions do not match up. You are not making that effort to really show that you are sorry. But then there are others that do make an effort, like they understood. And sometimes because of the mistake, they even become better. You understand? That is why you have to use your mind, not your heart. Because if you use your heart, somebody can deceive you and say, I've changed. But then their actions, they tell you something else. Somebody's asking, is cheating a mistake? If it happens once, we can consider it a mistake, but it depends on the intention. I always say that if you do something wrong and you do not confess, then you intentionally did it. Do you understand? There are people who cheat, and because you caught them, then they say, oh, I made a mistake. But there are people who cheat that they even come and confess, and they say everything that they've done and how it even started. This and this happened. They really explain themselves that, look, I was doing this because I was feeling lonely. I was doing this. I was doing this. They really explain to you why this is happening. But there are those ones that they will just tell you that, oh, this and this, but in their back of their mind, they want to go and tomorrow, as soon as you say I'm sorry, they want to go and get the other person. So again, it's a matter of how the person responds to their mistake, and you make a judgment, and that judgment is not based on how you feel. I always say that judgment is based on your mind, is based on your intelligence. You can see that, no, this person is playing me. Because most of the time when you make decision based on how you feel, oh, I want to maintain this relationship. No, if I don't go now, I'll be single, I'll be a spoon. People will oppress me. That's stupidity. You understand? If the person has made a mistake and you can see that this person is not remorseful, this person is lying to you, please run, go your way. That's my opinion.
Okay, so thank you so much, Cindy. Thank you so much. Now, okay, I want to relate this to God. Okay. Now, we all know that God is forgiving. Okay. And we're all created in his image. All right. So we possess features of God. All right. So if God is forgiving, meaning humans, we need to be forgiven. So I feel like probably if you're in a relationship and then your partner wrongs you to the extent that I think you can forgive your partner, but you still walk away just to save yourself. All right. And some people will say, I will not forgive, I will not forgive, I will not forgive. I think you can still forgive, but then because you know that probably I forgave you the first time, I forgave you the second time, I forgave you the third time, you are still repeating it, meaning that is how you are, or probably this is who you are. You can still forgive, but then you still walk away peacefully. You get my point? So please, if you're out there, please don't keep things in your heart. You are worrying your own self. I mean, you can still forgive, but you still walk away. All right, cool. Okay, so I think my people have made like some vital points. Toy, you have some toy. Toy, I thought you left. You are here. Let's go.
Hello, Rolie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. When we say forgiveness, it doesn't mean when you forgive somebody, you've accepted what they've done or you've ceased to be angry. No. When you forgive somebody, it's for your own good, for your own mental health, for you not to be a victim of something that will end your life or something that will destroy your life. So sometimes you forgive just to protect yourself. For example, let's say, for example, somebody will, like you are in the midst of a group and somebody gave you a slap, like Miss Cindy said. When you look at the structure of the person, when you look at the level where the person is, you can beat the person, you can do anything for the person, but you should forgive at once. You know why? my dad always says, he says, if somebody does something for you, just run, go to like a bathroom or somewhere, go and fight with the wall. Right after you finish fighting, ask yourself, okay, police has come there, your time is being wasted, maybe there financially too will be wasted. After that, what happened? You've destroyed your life. So at that moment, you will see that by the time you come out from the bathroom, you are already calm. You didn't you didn't create any violence, you didn't create anything that is gonna for you to say had I know. And any had I know is always at last. Many people are in prison not because they wanted, just because of little forgiveness. If they had given, it would have prevented them from going that place. So for me, when you are with your partner, sometimes they don't do something that will prevent you from forgiving them. You know, sometimes, especially the men, we look at them like our children. You see, if you are it's like when your child comes to you and then they did something 3 years, they will do something, they will say stop. At the end of the day, they will do it again. You will say stop, they will do it again. You say stop, they will do it again. So if you're a person that you don't like forgiving, what do you think will happen to the child? And remember, any behavior that you show, the child is copying from you. So sometimes forgiving is so good. That is why God said, when you do something bad, come, I will forgive you. Even if it is 200 million times, come, I'll still forgive you. Some people, lack of forgiveness push them to go and do more harm. So I think no matter the situation, like Rolie said, you have to forgive, but know how you're going to deal with the person the next time, just because of your mental health. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Toy. Toy, do you think you can forgive everything?
Yes, me, I can
Wow.
forgive everything. I will
Wow.
forget. I will forgive and forget. But you, the person, I will know how to handle you.